So we'll skip the Harpy contract for now and just like go straight to Philippa. Give Philippa the items. I have no idea where the Vandergrift sword is at. Selkirk. Alright. We'll talk to Philippa first. See what she says about all this. She's up here. No, she's on the other side. Okay. What am I doing?
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
Okay, so I'm not supposed to go that way. I think she's up here. She didn't have any guards there before. Yeah, she's right here. Alright, let's save. Philippa!
You wanted to discuss something?
Your friend Sheila is conniving with Henselt.
I know this, Witcher, but it's no cause for concern.
Yeah.
There's proof that the Wild Hunt is a vast accumulation of the power. Something that would interest mages, you'd think.
To the mere mortal, anything that is not immediately comprehensible is suspect, the product of a conspiracy. And where there's a conspiracy, well, it's obvious mages must have hatched it.
I'm a mortal, though probably not a mere one. I found the notes of a man who spent his entire life...
Paranormal phenomena interests Cynthia, my intern. Take this up with her.
Alright.
I found one of the ingredients for Saskia's cure.
Show me.
Let's show her the magic crystal first.
Getting warmer, but still not
Had a
there.
quest cancel after I showed her the
If I'd said you
bandana.
brought me the sun and you'd brought me a candle. We need something massive, an item of real power, Geralt. This is a dwarf's dream. Stolen and magically encased in this crystal. It would do if it were stronger.
You know what this means? In addition to normal harpies, there are Solano in the area.
Solano?
Dream Snatchers. The only harpy species to develop something resembling intelligence. They magically bind dreams to mountain crystals. I heard they once inhabited this area.
Bind
Solano
dreams to
were
mountain
more
crystals.
regular harpies, but their lair should be full of stolen dreams. One of those would be powerful enough, I'm sure.
You'd have to enter the harpy lair through the quarry.
Yeah, I've been there.
Unfortunately, the gate to the caves is locked and Cecil Burden won't open it. I asked him on another occasion. Stubborn as a mule, that one. But we must not relent. Saskia clings to life by a thread. Let me show you the desire contained in this particular dream. Don't be hasty to judge.
Yes, I can feel it. Whose dream is it?
Cecil Burden's.
In that case, I need to see the alderman. Got a feeling he just might open the gate for me.
Right. Let's read on that a little bit. Philippa recognized the item as a crystallized dream. You must know that harpies are a particular breed, know how to steal dreams and turn them into solid objects. Unfortunately, the item's magic was too weak, so it was not suitable as an ingredient of the cure. Geralt decided to head for the Harpy Caves in the quarry, where you hope to find more powerful dreams. He learned, however, that the creature's nest is bolted and barred. The key was in the hands of Cecil Burden, who was like to be unwilling to open the gates. The cause would be lost, but the recovered dream was one of the Elder's own. Thanks to Philippa, Geralt learned of Cecil Burden's desire and went to negotiate the opening of the gate with him. Alright, now we'll get down there later, and I will show
You wanted to do...
her the bandana.
About Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
2 of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
That's where Stannis
going
gets
on?
involved.
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but...
Look at
they are
Yorvith already spreading rumors about
violence
Stannis.
is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
I don't like Stannis.
I'm not sure if Prince Stennis is guilty, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved.
Power. The object of dark desire.
Let's go, before this dark desire becomes too strong and someone gets hurt.
You go. I'll locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Hey, I leveled up. Let's go. I didn't fail anything, right? Stop the persons from lynching the prince. Okay, I didn't fail anything. Good. Sunday was without a doubt when I was arrived bearing news of a riot for the prince's abode. Philippa dispatched girl there immediately. Peasants recruited in the army were accusing Stannis of poisoning Saskia and threatening to lynch him, so there's no time to lose. Scar to Philippa, the sisters had to wait. Friendship was all fine and dandy, but politics was always more important to Philippa at the time. The Redanian sorceress put all her efforts in the attempts to cure Saskia, and no one could blame her for that. Alright. Alright, let's go help Stannis. First, let's go ahead and level up. We got 2 talents, holy shit. Damn, that was quick. So, 3... let's level up our sword abilities. Guard, the amount of vigor needed to block incoming blows. Sword damage plus 5. Vigor generation during combat. We could probably do that later. Yes, upgrade. Like some good violence. Alchemy ingredients harvested. That's byproducts of alchemy. Let's do magic first. Sign level 2. Oh. Actually, we're at level 3 with a lot of these, so this rank comes around. Okay, let's unlock the ability to throw daggers. Now we can just like get to the magic and the alchemy. We'll do that later. Alright, let's go to Stannis. I'm coming, Stannis. What kind of trouble did you get yourself into this time?
You're stupid. She just fell unconscious.
The commoners claim it's our prince's doing.
Such judgment is above their station.
I believe it's Hensel's provocation. He
Oh,
wants to
even
drive a wedge between us.
Zoltan and Dandelion are there too.
Serfs and lords will never be on the same side.
Humans only care how their asses rise as their stations do.
They're playing into Hens.
Geralt,
What the fuck is going on?
good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
Nobody to keep things peaceful.
Scalen Burden and his dwarves are trying to contain the mob, but they're badly outnumbered.
The plebs will yell a lot, beat someone up, and go home. As peasants do.
That'd be foolish. They're not serfs anymore. The days of them humbly sowing and reaping are gone.
Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalen Burden. I keep order in Vergen.
Are doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yorvith.
Squirrels.
Yorvith.
Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Stennis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
Tolkien?
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Colton. Nobody's being sold out.
The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat.
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Squirtal keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Rolling down, you surly dog!
Alright, how do I... Who the fuck do I start with? Luckily, Yorvith was faster than Garo and managed to subdue the excited mob before any blood was shed. Yet the peasants were still furious. Left to their own devices, they would turn the litter first away into Stennis' house, which decided to see if the accusations of poisoning were justified. He began taking those gathered in the square and also went inside to speak to the prince.
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Can we have a word?
Why
Let's
not?
remember start.
I'm Ogden, a founder.
I cast mugs, plates, chalices. You need any, Witcher?
No thanks. The tableware in the council chamber is your handiwork?
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor dozens of times, and what happened? Nothing, because they're steel. My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereigns and servants who are all thumbs.
Saskia's chalice was new.
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day, Avenger Saskia was no more than an itch in her da's breeches.
Who ordered the goblet from you?
That goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Bergen to pay tribute to Saskia. I got the honor of casting and presenting it to our lovely leader. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any other vessel since she received it.
Was the order for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside. Not terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum is bound to remain. But I wanted it looking downright regal, worthy of our Saskia.
Other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Course not.
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Bergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
This is nonsense.
The prince has
What
it
would the
coming,
prince gain
methinks.
with the virgin's death?
Good. Back at Jelly
Bloody
what
Can we have a word?
Man power. As I see it,
No.
the
See you
prince likes to scheme.
Guilt must be proven.
Can we have a word?
It's vigilante justice.
I don't want to talk to him again.
I'll grant you that. Things look
Say,
bad.
Witcher, come
the
over
peasants
here.
are furious. They finally have a chance to strike back for all the wrongs.
The nobleman won't yield.
They're a cowardly lot.
They know their heads will follow Stennis's.
It's a deadlock, with the prince's guilt still to be proven.
Yarpin says it's someone from Edom. Sheldon, on the other hand, would shave his beard if it's not Hensel's spies.
Anyone reached the prince in his chamber?
Not even close. The nobles guard him like a matron does her ward's hiney.
If the rabble slaughters the prince, there'll be no stopping them. They'll start doing things their own nasty way.
That's why the nobles will support the prince, even if they believe he's guilty.
I'm sure Stennis' hands are dirtier than a peasant girl's fucked in a barn.
This has got some interesting fucking lines,
Sooner reach an
dude.
agreement with
It's so
Saskia.
good.
Her death would be very convenient.
Zoltan?
I'm wondering how anyone could manage
It's
to
just
save
normal
my
full
life.
dwarf.
Saskia's a quick-witted lass. She doesn't let just anyone near. Someone she knew must have done it.
Has Yarpin got any evidence?
No, Yarpin's an old cook and says he's got a feeling. Plowing soothsayer.
He might be right with those feelings. After all, not just anyone can pass through the Wraith's mist. It has to be someone local.
So it never crossed your mind that Henselt might have sent someone here before those ghosts appeared.
Give us this horsepower!
Rolling dung, you sog. You will change your tone when we
Suspect Thorak. Alright. Alright, so there are a couple of passages here. Grossman claimed that the people of Bergen adored Saskia. Their love was so great that they had a beautifully adorned goblet fashioned for the Dragon Slayer. The dwarf so highly lauded the quality of the ornaments inside the goblet that girl had a terrible thought. Someone could have placed the poison within the goblet, not in the wine Saskia had consumed. Zoltan and I didn't have an opinion about Stannis. It appeared he was a foolish buffoon, but what nobleman, excepting me, isn't? Of course, people around us gossips, however the rumors contradict each other. Well, only one fact was clear. Charismatic priest had a lot of influence over Stennis, which are circulated among the common folk, like some farmyard analysts. Only others don't know the Homespun judges have even tried talking to the accused. I decided to be the first to do so. I knew little about Saskia's poisoning, however. After hearing rumors, I was certain of one thing: none of the common people of Bergen would benefit with her death, because everyone loved her dearly. Even if someone got money from Hansel, it would soon be obvious he grew rich. Every number he would know where his fortune came from, and his days would be numbered. Talking to the creator of the goblet, which had been a gift from the folk of Bergen to Saskia, Geralt decided to visit Thorak. He suspected that the original goblet had been replaced with another containing the poison. Thorak was the only artisan in Bergen capable of replicating the original, and thus producing the goblet used to poison the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, fuck it.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
What?
Say, Witcher.
What do you want?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time to listen to songs praising the nobility. Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
Shut the fuck up.
Truth means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind, there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that allows injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Yeah, you go, Geralt.
But there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then? Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
Give us this whore plower!
Rolling.
I'm obliged to remind everyone that the rebellion, or as others would like it, that would have a Saskia's uprising was a pleasant revolt. For the first time in history, the Commonwealth had risen up and done a better lot in life. Without such force, the nobility needed Stannis' support. They believed only he could stop the peasant deluge from engulfing the entire world.
You will change your tone when we put a sickle to your throat. Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman. It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
If not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging.
Alright, I need to talk to Thorak.
I heard.
Shut your trap if you don't know what's going on.
Here he is.
Anyone order an exquisitely adorned goblet from you?
I get the occasional commission for tableware, sure. But what exactly are you talking about?
Saskia's goblet. Was that your handiwork?
That ugly bucket! Did you intend to offend me? Whoever made that thing should be whipped! I certainly hope Saskia orders her vessels from me next time.
If she gets a chance to order anything again.
Wait for events to unfold. He's just basically denying it. That's great. Oh, we don't have a lot of time. Just he had no way contributed to making the replica. The crystal he leveled at the goblet could have indicated a genuine aversion. One is never as honest as when in the grip of great envy. Geralt had no idea what to do next, so he decided to drop this part of the investigation focusing on questioning the onlookers in front of Stannis' house. Great.
Who will the Witcher side?
Guilt must
It's
be
good to
proven.
see someone's
Otherwise,
taking care
it's
of it.
vigilante justice.
Can we have a word? Any chance?
Oh my god, no, I've already talked about this.
Give us this whore plower! Why is he lingering about? Like the stench in a dwarven hovel?
Those witches be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stannis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets, throwing their weight about too much they are.
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones. What's
Fair
it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people is gonna be equal. Our way.
And the non-humans?
We have enough down on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Away with them!
Still not letting up on the racism.
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Willie of the
Where's this
Oblates.
Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Farewell.
Give us this hornflower!
Rolling dung, you son.
Willie had their opinion, the peasants theirs. The man accused by Nibley was not guilty. They blamed Stennis for poisoning Saskia, as the peasants' movements initiated by the Dragon Slayer were not to his liking. Talk to the suspect peasant. You may remember that Gura had been trying to ascertain who had poisoned Saskia the Dragon Slayer. One trail led him to a serf who had easy access to Saskia's chamber, could have been bribed by the assassins, while the Squota had been shadowing him closely. They were merely waiting for him to reveal his treachery. Yorvith was issuing reports of his every move. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to this guy.
Will never be on the same side.
If not for that damned Yorvith, the serfs would probably be hanging the prince.
They say someone cast a spell, and the Virgin fell as if dead.
What should I do?
I've been looking for you.
I don't know you.
This is like the same character model
No.
as the one I talked to. Human designs suck.
I didn't do nothing. Didn't say nothing, don't know nothing, and didn't see nothing.
I did not even get up this morning.
Tell me everything you know about the attempt on Saskia's life.
Let's do that.
I heard the priest talking with the prince. This goody-goody said the Virgin is really a beast under her fair skin.
What priest?
Olcan, the one killed.
So there's no way I can check if you're lying.
I swear on my mother's grave I speak the truth.
What else did you hear? Tell me.
I was put in Saskia's room in order when the priest came to the prince's chamber next door. They wasn't speaking loud, but I heard the priest say, "Just clear the servants from the kitchen." Nothing more.
So that's when they're gonna get poisoned.
Only he could tell you how it was, beginning to end.
The dead aren't very talkative.
What about what they leave behind? There may be clues or some such.
Maybe.
Hope you'll believe me anyway.
From the priest, how much time? The servant from Saskia's quarters implicated the priest named Olcan was someone who had been involved in could have been involved in Saskia's poisoning, though the priest was already dead, having suffered a memorable accident on the cursed battlefield. His home could still be searched. Since the other ministers knew everyone Vergen, which went to ask him where the divine servant had lived. On the elderly bride present, convinced him to talk. The serf had not only a loose tongue, but also keen ears. He had heard Stennis talking to Olcan, the priest he favored. He heard one sentence just call the servants out of the kitchen, nothing more.
What should I do?
Alright. I'll find Cecile.
Oh, a witcher.
Oi. I'm going the wrong way.
will the Witcher sign?
It's good to see someone's taking care of it.
Enough of this charade! Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough. Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel.
It was a bad idea to come here.
For anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why. The mongrel covets the crown.
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her, he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene Damed the prince can. Curses on his kin. Nobody in Bergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
You're wrong, Colton. Reverend Olkin wanted to get rid of Saskia. He thought she was a monster at heart.
Olkin was on Stennis' leash like a dog.
How dare you, lout! Do you imagine if someone sits next to a married lady, he's surely fucking her?
The priest tried to convince Prince Stennis to join the conspiracy.
Is Stennis some dimwit foundling that he dances to a lousy priest's tune? Olcan got what he deserved when Henselt cleaved his head. Now it's Stennis' time.
There is no proof the prince agreed.
The priest asked him for admittance to the kitchen.
So he didn't poison the Virgin himself, but allowed her to be poisoned.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world, there are crimes that can be forgiven.
Just get the fuck back inside, you entitled dimwit.
Just as a mother killing her own child,
just get the
or a
fuck
man
back
slitting
inside.
his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Edirn? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Edern, can judge me.
Can it? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you?
I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
I so want to find him guilty, but I can't.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree, or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
Look out there. Alright, where are we at? The Virgin of Eredin should... Geralt ruled that the Virgin of Eredin should decide Stennis' fate. Of course, the peasants did not like it, but nobody was keen on angry a witcher, nor to question Saskia's right to pass judgment. Everyone thought the girl's verdict would be just, that is condemning. Stennis was captured and led away under guard, or had only one source of royal blood remaining. Henselt okayed one. Should I still ask for help? Following the confusion of Prince Stennis, seek Philippa's advice. The source had more time for him and helped the Witcher with a very important matter. Can we still do the side quest?
Geralt, first throat of the Witcher's Guild. Finally, a drink with someone worth talking to.
Short on company?
What can Yarpin tell me? I prefer listening to horses fart.
Any idea where I can play dice around here?
Try the blacksmith's helper.
I wanted to talk to you about the Free State of Vergen. We haven't had the occasion somehow.
True.
Do you buy into Saskia's ideals?
Are you asking me if I believe what she says, or if I believe she'll be successful?
Both.
Saskia's no liar, that's a fact. But whether we'll manage, who can tell? One thing is sure, we'll never know if we never try. For now, a great battle awaits. A battle in which elf, dwarf, and human will stand side by side. And that is beautiful in itself.
It's also the biggest potential weakness.
Nothing unites folk like shared death. I believe those who survive will honor the deaths of their comrades.
If they win.
Even if they don't. News spreads fast. Others will follow in our footsteps.
The Kingslayer's trail has gone cold. Have you heard anything?
No one could sneak into Vergen. We watch day and night. Anyway, who would they come for here? Stennis? Why so keen on capturing the assassin of kings?
Because I'm innocent.
The wise among us know that, and I wouldn't listen to the fools.
I can only prove my innocence by dragging in the real culprit. No other way. Yorvith seems to have changed. Have you noticed?
How? Has his arse grown fatter in Saskia's keep?
An elf who was the greatest foe of humans will now fight for their freedom. Doesn't that surprise you?
Only harpies don't change their minds. I'm no expert on elves, but as I see it, he's got a stiffy for Saskia.
Yorvith?
He stood all gentle as a lamb in council, stealing glances at her tits. When she spoke to him,
this comes too fucking worn out.
Whittling a wooden toy.
Vergen seems like an ancient town. You know its history?
It's one of the mining colonies Mahakam established. There were lots of them just 500 years ago. Now they're mostly in ruins. It was the first town where dwarves and humans began working side by side. For the past 3 years, it's been a symbol of our common death. I'll arm wrestle you anytime. Now, even.
Just transferred all the way to the bar. That's hilarious.
Your hands like a fight.
And now we're back out here, dude. That's hilarious.
Mates Yarpin or Sheldon, promise me you'll take them on. They'll be surprised.
Alright. Alright. Where's Cecile? Can't believe I went the wrong fucking way. Right in here, right?
Think you might have gone a bit too far with Stennis?
Mummy spent too much time pampering him, so he thought he could do anything he pleased. He got what he deserved. Maybe it'll all blow over, or maybe there'll be another war. History's like a coin that falls out of your pocket. You never know where it's gonna roll.
I need to know where Reverend Olkin used to live.
Simple. Let me show you on the map. It's about right here.
I need to get inside the Harpy lair.
No chance.
I know all about the Harpies. They steal dreams, collect them. I found one, but it proved too weak for our purposes. I need a stronger one. So I'm asking you nicely. Open the damn gate.
Listen, Witcher. I want Saskia to recover, I do. But don't ask me to turn this town into a circus just before we battle Henselt. My grandfather locked that gate for a good reason. Imagine if we could all go in there to look at those dreams. Dwarves, peasants, their Scoia'tael, Aedirnian nobles even. All seeing the desires of others. Terrifying. It would be the end of Vergen. What's more, legend has it the oldest stolen dreams can become reality. And I don't want nightmares stalking Vergen's back alleyways come nightfall.
Open it. I'll make it quick.
Stop pissing me off. You're acting like a drunk suitor. No means no.
You know, don't know if I should mention this, but the dream I found belongs to you.
What are you talking about?
It's an embarrassing affliction, I imagine. Hell, even something of a political liability in your case. Some might even call you a freak. You're the alderman. An ages-old tradition is vested in you. On top of that, you now lead the preparations for Vergen's defense.
You wouldn't dare.
Imagine your ancestors carved in stone. Condemnation, not pride on their bearded faces. Who knows? Maybe you'd keep your office, but you'd be the talk of the town for ages. And your nephew? Poor kid.
I'll open the gate. I promised Scalen's mother I'd be sober as a judge to the end of my days. And I aim to keep my word. I don't give a damn about ages-old traditions and piss on loose talk. But you're right. I cannot compromise Vergen's morale. You must bury this thing. The secret dies with you, never to be spoken aloud. Understand?
I do. Thanks, Cecil. And good
Put
luck
you in your
staying-
place. Drunk. That went well. Useful artifact. For a long time, Cecil Burden refused to open the gate to the Harpy Lair. He warned that if the folk of Vergen were to see each other's dreams, as a shadow of the already tenuous unity of the town's defenders. He also worried that nightmares could become real and horrors incarnate would appear in Vergen streets. Knowing the alderman's secret, the Witcher blackmailed him. Cecil finally agreed to let Geralt into the Harpy Caves. What was this affliction that caused the dwarf to fold? Well, the alderman had promised his sister he would refuse him alcohol to the end of his days. In dwarven society, where tricking is rampant, teetotaler is ostracized. He is suspect, considered a squill, and a traitor to age-old traditions. You cannot be vested with public trust, so you cannot be an alderman, let alone a wartime leader. For the good of Vergen, which would soon face Henselt's might, and to save his nephew any shame, Burden had decided to keep his absence a secret. Thus, he played into the Geralt's hand, and the butcher kept the secret. He told only me, and I am the very embodiment of discretion. Our detective with the Wolf Manor around his neck finally learned where Reverend Orknell lives, and went to search the priest's room. Search Wolken's room. Wait. It's not even on a fucking map. What? It's not even on the map. What's the point? I'm a little pissed. I went ahead and talked to the mob before I even completed this. It's like I got lost and didn't even know where this fucking house was at. This fucking place is a goddamn maze. Where the hell is his room?
See you.
Whatever. It's like it's not even labeled on the fucking map. Kind of pissed about that. Whatever. Let's go ahead and talk to Philippa again, I guess. Wrong way. course. Of course.
I tried locating
Practicing
it,
perseverance.
but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
You'll have to pass.
Random kinks.
There's no time to lose.
I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a Kingslayer?
You wanted to discuss something. Remember the antidote for Saskia. It's very...
Yeah. I got it. So the Spectrum Mist. I'm forced to admit that once Philippa rolled up her sleeves and finally got to work, the results proved miraculous. Using her megascope, she ascertained that Triss was in an area shielded from divination magic, that is either on the cursed battlefield or on the other side of it. The reader may ask if this is the limit of what this mistress of magic could do under the circumstances, but the learned among you know that cursed places are naturally saturated with chaotic energy and immune to penetration. Philippa gave Geralt an amulet that would lead him safely through the spectral mist, so the Witcher resumed his search for Triss without further ado. There she is.
I'm trying to learn something about the Wild Hunt.
Very interesting phenomenon. Like all mysterious things.
Willing to share what you know?
Well, I would be. Provided you found the notes of Morton Collis first. He devoted almost his entire life to researching the hunt. We could go into detail if you had his scribblings.
I found Morton Collis's notes.
So, let's see what you've learned.
Well, there are a few documented facts, but Collis notes the existence of plenty of myths and legends.
Very true. Where shall we start, then?
First and foremost, Collis studied the hunt's movement.
Oh, it's well known that the Wild Hunt moves north to south, never in the opposite direction.
That's what I remember, and Collis's research confirms it. I'm just having trouble understanding why that is.
The retinue's trajectory brings it into our world at the North Pole. Thus, once here, the wraiths can only move south.
Collis claims the hunt's appearance can be predicted by observing the Orcan Nebula.
And eclipses affect how often it appears. In any case, it arrives on the winter solstice, though not necessarily every year.
Collis calculated that the hunt slips into our world in those years when the nebula is in the eastern sky. When I pursued the hunt, I passed through many abandoned villages.
Well, the Wild Hunt abducts young people.
What for?
The wraiths might need workers, warriors, or meat.
Collis seems to favor the slave theory. What's the sorceress's take on the hunt?
The topic makes them uneasy. Since the Council and Conclave banned the use of mind spells, the Wild Hunt has been a taboo topic.
There's some link between mental spells and the cavalcade?
Both addle the brain. Anyone who has come in contact with the Wild Hunt has experienced mental instability that either takes the form of insanity or amnesia. You see, the wraiths emit a magnetic field that severely distorts perception and impedes brain functions.
People say the hunt's appearance is an omen of war.
In our times, wars are so frequent, we might even consider flights of honking geese as their harbinger. The hunt traverses our world in winter. Wars usually break out in spring, but only because rulers wish their soldiers to die in battle rather than of cold.
Let's summarize.
Based on his observations and calculations of the Wild Hunt's movements, Collis arrived at two equally important conclusions. The first was that the hunt is made up of knights who perished in various worlds and have reconvened as a retinue of vengeance. His second hypothesis states that an unknown, extremely powerful force multiplies wraiths, whose task is to travel between worlds in search of slaves. Both theories seem probable.
Each time someone runs into the hunt, the wraith's magnetic field causes their mind to descend into chaos. By inference, another meeting with the hunt and its field should reverse the effects of the first.
Perhaps. Someone who lost their memory or their mind on their first meeting with the hunt could recover either on the second meeting. But I'm afraid that's unproved. Anyone who has managed to escape the wraiths would rather die than meet them again.
So, you can lose or recover your memory by meeting the Wild Hunt.
Do you know something I don't?
I have amnesia. My memory's been coming back since a certain event.
Since when?
Since I killed a Spectre, the king of the Wild Hunt.
Interesting. Queen Harpy contract. The Bergen Elder announced the reward for killing the Harpy Queen. I could use additional money. Alright, I guess we can do some hunting magic next. Search the caves. Let's meditate a little bit. Actually, no, alchemy. We need grape shot bombs. What do we need? Wild Heart's medallion. Elven gauntlets. Yeah, I might as well equip them. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yellow meteorite sword. Alright, so got some great shot bombs, Dragon Dream and Dancing Star. 2 Dragon Dreams, 3 Dancing Stars. 4 Swallow, Golden Oreo, Swallow, and Brook. Alright, I think I have enough for that. I believe. I don't know. I just think I need 2. That's 3 Dancing Stars. Or Dragon Streams. 2 Dancing Stars. 1 Golden Oriole. Swallow. And a Rook. Is that good? I fucking did it wrong. I need 1 more Dancing Star. God damn it, dude. I keep forgetting about this. Alright, now we're good.
Try anything.
I said I would. Go through just some circle of life, that's fine. Oh shit. Wraith Trophy. Not know that existed. Going down here. Down to the old quarry. Take care of these jokers again. Fuck it. In my way. Nice. All right. We can open the gate. What lies yonder, I wonder? We will find out some other time, because I'm going to stop right here.